Hey, man. Can you hear me?
Hey Mike, can you hear me?
Yeah. I was not at the gym this afternoon, but I know that Kevin was there.
Oh, really?
So hopefully he's going to dial in a moment.
Okay.
So did you eat any of the atomic stuff?
I did not.
Okay.
I got home and dinner was made.
Yeah, that's the best solution every time.
Well, I was just a bit curious because I've never bought those kind of, you know, I guess whatever you want to call it, meals, those healthy pack meals. You've
Yeah.
seen a lot of tailors out there. So I was a little curious about it because sometimes, I just don't really want to, I get a little repetitive with what I eat,
Yeah.
it's healthy. And if there's something that I can get that's maybe a little different, I was going to try it. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think in I don't know if Kevin has done this yet or not. I know that Tim and Aaron Wilson have done a service like that in the past, and they were pretty happy with it. It's just it's like life on the go stuff. If you're like Kevin's just pulling in, um, he's got to get dinner ready for the whole family,
Safe
and
healthcare system is excellent. Sorry.
I was telling Jeff that I was painting a picture for why it'd be cool to have, or why people are buying that kind of stuff. And it's because they're just caught, with too little time, and dinner's right there, and maybe their solution in the past was stopping by a fast food restaurant or something like that, and knowing that they have something that they can pop in. It's kind of like
Yeah,
what we used to do when we were kids. We had TV dinners in the freezer
man.
and frozen pizza.
I miss those TV dinners. And we
Remember?
always, mine was well, we called it beanie weenies, but it was the beans and, sausages, I guess, or actually it was just wieners with the beans. And then it was cornbread and apples,
Oh my
cooked,
goodness.
cooked apples. And it was like my favorite. We had it all the time. It was, because you had one main area, which was beans and the wieners, and then you had cornbread and heated apples, kind of in a sauce. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it kind of sounds good.
That
Uh,
was when I was a kid. So
what I remember is Salisbury steak, sometimes fried chicken, and,
yeah,
and I remember thinking it was good, even though, as I recall, what it was, it wasn't good at all. It was terrible. It was
no,
terrible. But then what? I can't remember what the main vegetables were, but there was always a vegetable tray and a dessert tray, and there's usually like a hot apple cobbler kind of thing.
yeah, yeah. It was
Did you do TV dinners as a kid?
me or
Ke-
Kevin.
Kevin. Oh, wait a minute, he's muted. Hold on. I just asked him to unmute. Anyway, Kevin, can you hear us?
He's probably getting set up.
Yeah, okay. So can you hear us now? Not yet? Okay.
No.
You remember what TV shows you used to watch?
Yeah, I mean, well, I know what my after school.
No, I mean in front of those TV dinners.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it depends, but I mean, the ones when I was really young, there was a lot of the shows like All in the Family
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
the Jeffersons and the Carol Burnett shows and the Sanford and Son. I mean, that goes is really 70s,
Yeah.
For, um, yeah, I mean a lot of stuff though, but
Yeah. And I remember all that too for sure. I think probably we only got, my recollection is we only got TV dinners on Sunday night, and we actually had TV trays. Everybody got a TV tray in front of them, and we were
Right.
sitting in front of the TV, and we would watch the FBI and what else?
Well, we like, I know my mom and dad, or my mom liked to watch shows like Mannix.
Yeah,
Do you remember
yeah, I remember that one.
Michael? I think was his name.
I think
And
there was a movie, a movie came on every Sunday night. Something.
yeah.
Anyway, there was a ritual. Sunday night had a certain ritual to it.
Oh yeah.
TV dinners were part of that. So anyway, back to the question that on the table, and that is, does it make sense to have that in your arsenal, in your inventory? Does it make sense to have meals that all you have to do is heat them up and they're balanced and nutritious and tasty? And I guess the answer is yes, for sure, because if you don't need
Yeah,
them,
Yeah,
stay in the freezer.
I think
yeah, that's the thing is, how is that any different than meal prepping other than you're not doing the prepping?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's good to meal prep because you have control of everything and it's
Yes.
dialed in exactly for what you need. And then the question is, are there times where you're in between your preps that you're suddenly scrambling and you don't have time to go to the store because it's already dinner time? And that's the slot that would have been filled by some sort of quick eatery, fast food or whatever in the
Yeah.
past. So does it make sense to have? Kevin, did you get a chance to try it? Were there still some samples out when you were at the gym this evening?
Yeah, there were still some samples out there, and in between PRs, Becky and I tried a few, and we cleaned her out.
Okay. So you bought all the remaining inventory?
We did, and yeah, because I mean, we used to do My Fit Foods, and I lost. And this was like right before I joined CrossFit. I did My Fit Foods, and I loved it, man. I absolutely loved it. I loved having my meals, my breakfasts, and my lunches were all through there. And I mean, I went and picked up 10 meals a week. The biggest problems that they had was they only lasted for about 3 days in the fridge because nothing was frozen,
Right.
and it wasn't freezable either. And then the other weakness was is that they were snorting and smoking all the profits, and so they went out of business.
Oh no. You mean the people that created the company?
Yeah, they had a serious drug habit, and they basically snorted and smoked everything that they earned, and the company went under as a result.
That's-
But it was really an abomination. But no, for us, it's the insurance policy, right? I mean, Becky's back at work now, and 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 everything, and she's winding up eating out a lot because that's just what you do over there. But she's got access to the ability to do a quick microwavable thing and then eat outside with another group, and she's been trying to do that more and more. So this kind of fits in with that. And then I'm going through a little pressure cooker at work right now as well, and just having something for those days when I've only got 15 minutes for lunch. It's a great comfort. It's a great comfort because honest to God, I honestly thought about it the other day. How easy it would be to just whip up a PB&J. I mean, there can't be anything worse for you than that. But I mean, I was jammed for time. So I'm really excited to have this kind of this in my arsenal, as you put it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Was Laura still there tonight?
Oh yeah, she was very patient with us. because we didn't, Becky, she wouldn't eat before the workout, and she wasn't going to buy anything without trying it. And so, but I mean, I pretty much knew we were a done deal. So, she stayed around for us, and that was great.
Okay, good. Sounds like it was a productive visit for her today. I know she sold over 20 this morning to the morning crew, and she was late. I mean, she didn't come until the 7 o'clock class, and so she hit 7, 8, and 9, and sold quite a few that this morning. And Jeff was one of them. He bought. Would you buy 6 meals?
About 5.
Bought 5. So
Yeah.
those are sitting in the freezer, and you can just keep them there for. It's like you're prepping.
Yeah.
You've got your emergency inventory.
Well, I'll tell you what I envision is a lot of the time I will buy a salad at lunch with some chicken or salmon, and I buy enough that I'm able to actually eat the second half of it at night.
Okay.
So here's where I start thinking, well, I can do that. I don't like to eat the same salad,
Have a good
Okay.
night.
Thank you.
but I will. But I can see having that salad again with this kind of meal.
Yeah.
So I'm having salad and that meal. Just a variation of it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Okay. Well, we're starting up the bot squad next week, and we'll make sure that they get access to this information, and we'll try to get some samples to them as well, so that they can see if it fits into their needs schedules. So that's cool. I'm glad y'all got a chance to experience that, and we'll stay in touch on, Jeff, as you try these things, let us know what you think. And
Okay.
and we can always get information and feedback to Laura as well. She's very, very open and receptive to what's going on. This whole thing, she's had etiology for 12 years, and so she's highly versed in the process itself. And I think she said at one time she has over 500 recipes, so they've got everything under the sun. They just launched the atomic meals last year, and it's a long serendipitous story, but I'll just cut to the chase. She met the people that we hired last year to run our lead generation system and put our new website together and fix our SEO problems, all of that stuff. We started that last year, and then we met her last year, and she to our place at our other location like back in 2013. So we had known her for a long time, but we hadn't seen her or talked to her since 2013. Anyway, we hooked up, and then next thing you know, we've got her in touch with Aaron, who runs the Atomic Fitness program that's part of the BLG program that we're doing. And they started concocting this idea of having a specially branded and uniquely different menu list of products or meals that fit the meal plan that the bot squad goes through. So the balanced macro concept and the 4 points or 5 point meal concepts, those have been created by Aaron and by Laura, and then are being marketed as the Atomic Meals program. So that
I see. She skipped over that part because I was wondering, everything that we bought said like 4 points or 5 points on it and stuff. So I was wondering about that. I meant to ask, but I forgot, and she never mentioned anything about it. So, man, that's just icing on the cake.
Yeah, so that's exactly the whole idea was to make it easier for people doing Bot Squad and Ascend to have that ready to go meal and have it exactly balanced for macros per the prescription on the Lean Body Protocol, and also have it listed as to the number of points. Do you happen to know, Kevin, if you bought 4 point meals or 5 point meals? I think she's only doing 5 pointers now, but she's gonna do 4 pointers as well. She didn't mention that?
I think the vast majority of what we picked up was a 4 point.
Okay, good. So, because
Because I
those are
mean,
real common.
and it's perfect because that's right in Becky's wheelhouse right there.
Yeah, good.
What do the points mean?
So you remember in the lean body protocol, based on your weight, your percent body fat when you first measured, when you joined Bod Squad, and then your particular goals. Do you want to gain muscle? Do you want to lose weight? That dictates how we put that stuff into the formula, and then the formula spits out what your program plan will be. So you probably had like a 14 or 15 point per day plan. Does that ring a bell? So if you have and you still have access to it as well, by the way. So that's got all of the menus and all the recommended serving sizes and all the details that you would need to stick to your 15 or 14 point per day program. So the idea is, once you set that up, let's say you have a 16 point program in Bod Squad or Ascend. Over the course of the day, between 3 meals and 2 snacks, you're going to cover all of those points. So let's say each meal is 4 points. That's 4 times 3 is 12, and that leaves a 2-point snack twice a day.
Okay.
So the objective would be for you to consume all of that food, and Kevin will attest to the fact that it was a whole lot of food, and it was almost hard. It was hard for almost everybody that's done this. It was hard for them to eat all the stuff that they were supposed to eat, and that's because they're eating everything's macro balanced, so they're eating more healthy fats and lean proteins, and then lower glycemic index carbs than they're used to. So the stuff is much more satiating than, let's say, popping open a bag of chips and eating it, or knocking down some peanuts, or doing just a mono macro, if you will, type snack. So having the balance, it creates a satisfaction, and people aren't hungry anymore, and they still have to eat this stuff because they're fueling the body. So anyway, so Atomic was created to facilitate this process and give people an easy extra tool to cover their in between times and still manage and maintain their point count.
Got it.
So whatever you have, Jeff, you can look at your list, your items, especially they're all branded Atomic, I think. So you could look at those and see, okay, this is a 4-point meal, or this is a 5-point meal. And if you can't find, what we could do, are you going to be in the gym tomorrow?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I got a lot.
So if you are, great. If you're not, we'll catch you sometime next week when you are in the gym. But what we'll do is we'll rerun your numbers, run it through the calculator, figure out what your points should be, and then get into your hands the points program that applies to you if you don't have it already, or if it doesn't happen to be the same one that you had in the very beginning.
Okay.
That's going to help you to manage the serving sizes of all 3 meals plus both snacks every day. Okay. And so you'll know, for example, if you've got leftover salmon or leftover salad, you'll know if you take whatever you have left there, and you can do a quick calculation on what that represents points wise. And then you have the ability to add what you need to add. If you need to add some protein, or if you need to add some fat or whatever, you'll be able to do that to make it a perfectly balanced meal.
Right.
And and what happens when you perfectly balance the meals, and Kevin can attest to this too, you have better workouts, you have better results, you have better energy, less inflammation, better sleep, the whole 9 yards. You've got the energy that you want to do the things you want to do. So
and I'm just variety too, just something new. So we'll see how it goes.
For sure. And let's touch on that for a second. I'm gonna share the screen with y'all. Okay, hold on. See if that works. Okay, can y'all see? You can see my screen now. You see Jeff Howell right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go. This is your dashboard, and we're gonna go to the bottom of the dashboard right here where it says subscribed resources. and I'm
Mhm.
going to click on recipe packs. Okay, so
Okay.
recipe packs is here. And let me see if I can call it up. Okay, so here are the recipe packs. And I mentioned to you all in a quick note yesterday that I just loaded up. I was behind, so I just loaded up November right here. I don't know why these things are not. And I sent a query in yesterday to the company that runs this, and they said they do not have the ability to sort these alphabetically, which is just stunning. Just a stunning comment out of their mouth. So I said thank you and I moved on. So anyway, here's December, and then here's January. So let's take a look at January. And this is a good example. Actually, I don't want to look at January. I'm going to look at hold on. I think December had the menu item that I talked about with some people today that really looks good. Jeff, I think you were standing there when I mentioned this, talking about how some of these menus make a hash and then pocket the hash and then crack an egg and drop it into each of the pockets and then stick the whole thing in the oven. Kevin, do you ever do anything like this?
No, but I'm going to.
It looks like something you would do, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It sounds right up my alley.
Mine too. I can't wait to do this. I haven't yet, but
Wait, you're talking about meal preparation and then cracking an egg and just cooking it with the egg just broken open? I mean,
so my understanding, I read through the procedure yesterday, and it looks like you make the hash, like you make it on a skillet, on the stove, and then or maybe you bake some of it, but you've got like sweet potatoes and then vegetables and stuff, and maybe some sausage, and then you spread it out on like a cake pan or whatever, and then you make these little divots here and here. And then you crack an egg and drop it right in there. Then you put the whole thing in the oven.
Wow. Okay.
And let's say 7 to 9 minutes, okay, until the egg whites are set.
Yeah.
This looks crazy good. This looks like something you would present to a whole house full of people and everybody.
Wow. Okay.
Anyway, this is a good example. Look, it tells you how many points the whole thing is per this recipe. And the fact, if it's 9 points, that means you could actually feed 3 people a 3-point meal, or 2 people a 4.5-point meal, or whatever's on your list of things to do. For me, it'd be probably maybe Kevin too. I'd be eating the entire 9-point meal probably.
Well, that's a good reminder. Okay.
If it looks this good. So anyway, that's in your library right now, and so you have access to that. And I will keep this current because they put out a new one every month. I should have shown you actually. Let me go back. It gives you breakfast items, breakfast ideas, lunch ideas, and dinner ideas and snack ideas as well. This one looks good too. The California Sushi Bowl. Of course, something like this would be delicious. And then this looks excellent here. So this, as much as anything, gives you ideas about, I mean, I can't even tell you what this is, but it's probably something that's in your pantry or something. I'm looking down the list right now. That's not the dried sage because it's one piece. Oh, it's a fennel bulb. Okay, so I guess that's what that is. Anyway, it's throwing in ideas for different things that you can throw into your meal to make it more interesting. That was a 20-point deal there. So you make that and you've got something for the entire week.
Cool.
This sounds good too. The peach caprese grilled chicken with vegetables.
Wow. Those are good.
It looks like something you can make and then you can eat the leftovers for several days and you've got all these meals coming out of it.
Yeah.
And then here's some snacks. This is just an obvious one. It's like a coffee smoothie. This particular bundle only has one snack idea. But there's a lot of snack ideas, and the Lean Body Protocol document as well has a bunch of menu stuff in it too. So a bunch of ideas of different things to make. You probably Jeff. That's probably how you got started on all this stuff. You went to that and started making stuff off of that list. So if I go back to you and I go through your journey, did you start in Just November. You remember when you started, Jeff?
Oh, Mike, I started way back. I mean,
Okay,
I've
so
been,
that's right. Were you the very first group?
I think so.
Okay, you started at the same time Kevin started.
That's
Okay,
awesome.
so still in your at your fingertips is the body resources right here.
Okay.
So this let's see. I need to well, this is actually the handy dandy guidance for different things. That's not what I was looking for. I was looking for the menu plan. Hold on. So the thing I'm looking through right now is a little bit different from the way you guys see it, but it's the same thing. Let's see. Let's see if it's here. Okay, here's the deal. You can see this, right? It shows for each of the points. So whatever your calculator tells you your points are going to be for the program for 6 weeks, it gives you a guide. Let's say we talked about 16 points earlier, so we'll look at that one. And it gives you a guide for very, very fast ways to make your daily 16 point. This thing is suggesting that you have a breakfast of 4 points, a snack of 2 points. That's what I said earlier. A breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 4 points each, and 2-point snacks twice. So that's what the recommendation is for that thing. And then it starts giving you ideas for quick things you can make. And then a food list for all the things you can select from to make those things. And then all kinds of, quick on the go, easy things to do. Many ways to skin the cat, basically, with all these different meal ideas.
I know Kevin's already got this down to a science, so I'll catch up to him.
Kevin's got offshoots of this that I'm sure Aaron would pay money for. He's got some good stuff.
This is off the subject.
And then stupid simple. So here's some easy, like here's some different meal plan ideas, and here's your grocery list. And this is a great document. And this information down here enables you to make your calculations on it. So anyway, I think Jeff, if you can't find that, I'll print it out for you. Just try to figure out, or I was going to say try to figure out what point you're on, but let's just redo it next time you're in the gym. Redo the calculation. Okay, that sounds great. Anyway, real quick, Bod Squad starts Monday officially, and we're going to have our introductory meeting on Sunday night, and then next Thursday we will have this meeting with the new members of the Bod Squad in the meeting. So it would be fantastic if you guys could sit in on that and throw some comments in, because you guys are the grand poobahs. Jeff, you're actually the expert. You've got experience. That makes you an expert.
I will say this, I went on that Colorado trip. And so here's my mini success. My wife and I and my son, we never stopped at a fast food restaurant.
That's fantastic.
There and back. Stop there. We did end up a couple of times at Sports Bar, where it's hard to get out of there alive, without eating something. Of
course.
And then while we were there, just pretty grabbing, let's had some salmon. So I actually came back feeling pretty darn good after 5 days of traveling.
Okay. I just discovered something. You were breaking up a bit, and I muted Kevin, and then you came in loud and clear. So I'll know for next time when somebody's talking that I can mute the other people if necessary. So now I'm going to unmute Kevin now. And actually, let's see. Yeah, that's fine. Guys, we're at the 30-minute mark, so we can end it there. And I appreciate your comments. I'm going to try to get these into the hands of other people that are interested in the Atomic Meal Program. And that'll be a big help for them too. So Kevin, I'll see you tomorrow evening at the gym. He's muted now.
There we go. We're actually headed to San Antonio, so I'm hoping to sneak in the morning.
Okay,
Um,
I'll see you in the morning.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll see you too, Jeff.
I'm 50-50. We'll see.
Okay.
A lot to do at the office.
All right, guys. Thanks a ton. We'll see you next time.
All right, Mike.
Bye.
Bye.